Great. We'll talk about it later after we've done what we need to do. Faces, vertices, and edges, okay? So in this setup, we need to know how many faces, how many vertices, how many edges you see here. What is a face?
The faces are like the triangle.
The sides, the shapes, right? The shapes that you see. So how many faces do you see in this figure?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 1, right, on the back, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So those are all your lateral faces. And then the bottom is 6.
Vertices are the lines.
Okay. No, vertices are the points. Okay, so the points where these all meet, how many of those are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6.
There are 6 of those as well. Okay, and I highly recommend, if this is tough for you, highlight things. Get some markers before you start your quiz and do them in different colors so you can see what is what. I'm totally fine with that. The last thing are the edges. Those are the lines, right? The edges are the lines that you're seeing. So how many edges are there?
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are your lateral edges. And then your base edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 10 total. Remember the formula? Faces plus vertices equals edges plus 2. That's how you can check if you're right. 6 plus 6 equals 10 plus 2. So that means you got a pretty good idea. You have the right thing going on. Okay? Well, that's just a good way to check it. I wouldn't start with it that way. Okay, this one. How many faces do you see?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's 6. There's a front, there's a back, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that wrap around. What? Can you use this?
Yes.
The sheet I'm writing on right now?
Yes.
No.
Can we use this on the quiz?
You're going to use that on the quiz.
The smaller one?
Can we write whatever we want on the back of this?
No. No. So that's your faces, okay? How many vertices does this one have?
8.
There's 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 up top. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. So there's 8 vertices. How many edges?
12.
There's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4 on bottom. And then the 4 that connect those two rectangles.
Those are the...
That's 12. Those are edges. The purple's the edges.
No, the X's.
What are the X's?
Oh, I was just showing you which faces we had. So there was 1, 2.
It confused me because there's like 2
3.
X's on the bottom one.
Well, yeah, because it's hard to see them all. 1 in back, 1 in front. Okay, so let's say you don't have the figure and there's a piece missing. We don't know how many faces, but on your formula sheet and on your quiz for that matter, it says this: F plus V equals E plus 2. Of the F, V, and E, which one is going to stay a variable right now for number 3?
Is it 6?
Is it 4?
Can you tell me which one's going to stay a variable?
What do you mean?
F, V, or E right now? F. Our unknown stays the variable that it is, right? So it's going to be F plus what?
8
Plus the vertices
equals 12.
equals 12 plus 2, okay? So simplify that. F plus 8 equals 14. How do you solve that? Simple math. Take away the 8. So you have 6 faces. Okay, you try the next one then. Faces, vertices, edges. How many edges are you going to have?
21.
I agree with what he said.
Oh. My gosh.
Wait, how can we do it if we
I'm
don't
dumb.
Is it 25?
Right, that's going to be your unknown, right?
Is it 25?
So your equation should look like this. 9 plus 14, faces plus vertices. We're just plugging into this formula. 9 plus 14 equals e plus 2. So simplify that. 9 plus 14 is what?
Wait, is it 23? It's
23.
23,
21.
but that equals e plus 2, right? So to solve for the number of edges, you have to subtract 2. So you get 21 edges. Okay, set up the last one.
Oh, wait.
Faces plus vertices equals edges plus 2. Faces plus vertices equals edges plus 2. What do you get?
10.
That should be 10, right? 10 plus v equals 20. Take away 10, so your vertices would be 10. Okay? Okay, this one is name the cross section. So if you take a cone,
Wait. Whoa. Can you go back for a second, please?
Pretty, please.
if you take a cone, in this case upside down, right, like a sugar cone, and you put a plane through it horizontally, what shape would overlap the plane and the solid cone?
A circle.
A circle. It's always the shape of the base when it's sitting like this, right? So you would say a circle. And I only need you to name the shape. I don't need you to draw the shape for me. If you want to draw it because that's helpful, that's fine, but you don't have to draw it. So this one, what shape is your base on this number 7? It's a hexagon. There's 6 sides. So if you cut through horizontally on that, what would it be?
A hexagon.
A hexagon. What if you went through vertically on that?
It would be a triangle.
Right, vertical would be a triangle.
It's the firefighters.
Okay, what would vertical be on the cone?
Triangle.
A triangle, right? If you go through vertically, you'd get a triangle. Okay, look at number 8. This one, they did it kind of wonky. They went through like on a slant. Let's just say you're going straight up and down through that.
Is that a square?
You would get whatever shape this is, which it looks to be like a square. If you told me rectangle because we're not certain it's a square, that's fine too. Okay, what if you went through horizontally on this one? Then it would have to be a rectangle. That would be this shape. Okay, so rectangle for that. Questions on that? Okay, I feel like that's the easier portion of the quiz, okay? Now, on your little formula sheet that I gave you, I'm gonna let you write 2 things. Are you ready?
Okay.
I want you to write, if there is a circle, then B equals pi r squared.
Should I write this on the back?
No, you write it on the front so that you're seeing it. And if there's a circle and you see a P, maybe write this one above it because this always comes first. Pi d, or 2 pi r if you like 2 pi r better. But only if there's a circle. Pi should never show up if there is no circle, okay? Because pi is only 4 circles.
Oh.
Okay, so we are gonna find the lateral area and surface area of these figures, and I'm just gonna talk you through it piece by piece. If I lose you anywhere, stop me, okay? Because you're gonna see it just like this on your quiz. Ready? Okay, first thing that you should do on a problem like this is name the figure. What is this figure?
Rectangular prism.
It is a prism. Okay, now look at your formula sheet.
Wait, what's pH? Is it 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4?
P is perimeter of the base. We're gonna get there. Look at your sheet where it says prism. You should see LA, SA, and V. We're only finding LA and SA, so don't use any of the V formulas. In fact, if you want to just scribble out that whole bottom row, go right ahead.
Okay.
If you want to scribble out your other 2 columns, sphere and pyramid, scribble those out too. You only need 2 formulas today. They are LA equals what?
pH.
pH. Okay, you're going to use that formula. And then you're also going to use the SA equals LA plus how many B's?
2B.
2B. Okay, those are the only formulas you will use on that sheet other than what you just put on it with the pi r squared and the pi d. Okay? Truett, will you put that away?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about this. P stands for the perimeter of what?
The base.
The base, okay? You are finding the perimeter of your base. So your job here is to choose a base. And in a rectangular prism, it can be any of your sides. Most people, I feel like, pick which ones? Top and bottom, okay? So I'm going to pick top and bottom, but you don't have to. I'm going to call these my bases. So if I want the perimeter of my base, how do I find the perimeter of this figure?
4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4.
4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, or what's another way you could write that?
4 times.
4 times 4. There's 4 4s there, okay? I don't care how you think of that. You're adding up all the sides, or you're multiplying the length of one side by 4 because they're all the same length. If it's a rectangle, then you can't do times 4, right? So your perimeter right now is 16. So we're going to use that number. Then there's this H. What does the H stand for?
Height.
Of what?
The prism.
Height of the prism, height of the figure, okay? So if we're looking for the height of the figure, what's that number?
10.
That's the 10. This is your H. Okay, so I know P and I know H, so that means I know my lateral area. The lateral area is what times what?
10 plus 16.
Not plus,
Oh,
times, right? 16 is P, 10 is H, so I get a lateral area of 160. How do you label area?
Feet squared.
Feet squared. Okay, so then from that, we move on to surface area. What goes here?
160.
160. That's your lateral area, right? Whatever you found in the last one goes right here. Then it's plus 2. How do you find capital B? What does B stand for?
The base.
What about it?
Would it be 16?
It is. I should have picked different numbers for this one. Why is it 16 though?
It's 4 times 4.
It's 4 times 4. It's base times height, right? Your base here is the area of the base.
Or if it's like a different number, if it's like 4 and 5, would it be like 20?
4 times 5,
Okay.
right? So this is 4 times 4, or 16, for the area of that square. So you go 160 plus 32, so it's 192, and you label it the same way because it's still an area, so 192 square feet. Okay. Number 2 is the same type of figure. It is a rectangular prism. Really, it's a square prism. So I want you to try exactly what we just did on that last problem on this problem. Figure out what P is, figure out what H is, figure out what B is, and try to plug that into your formulas, and let's see what you get, because it really is. So if we're doing...
Yeah, 112.
412?
Oh, I did 16 times 7 because I was looking at the other problem.
I'm so hungry right
So
now.
28.
Okay, so your lateral area
I'm so hungry in this.
is P times H, right? P stands for perimeter of your base. I'm using this as my base and this as my base, okay? So perimeter of the base, you did what?
7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7.
Right, add it all up. 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 28. What's H? 7, the height. So 28 times 7, what'd you say, 196?
Yeah.
Square meters, okay? How do you do surface area then? So this is LA plus 2 times b. What is b?
B is 7.
B is not 7.
28.
No, that's p.
B
Oh,
is 49.
49. 7 times 7, right? 7 times 7. Base times height. This times that. So 49 is your b. So you take 196, your lateral area, plus 2 times the 49. What's 196 plus 98? 294. Is that right?
280 meters.
Oh, 294 squares.
Meters.
Yeah, 294. So 294 square meters. Okay? Any questions on that?
Baka?
Calling me a cow?
No, baka means.
What's baka mean about cows?
Vodka?
Vodka.
No, baka.
Is that like Dutch
B-A-K.
for cow?
No, it's Spanish.
Oh.
All right. These last two are a little bit different. What is different about these than the first two?
They're cylinders.
They are cylinders. There's a circle involved, okay? So this is the problem on your quiz that you're going to use the little extras that I gave you, right? P for a circle, B for a circle. So if we're doing the lateral area, it's still P times H. What did we say for a circle P stands for? It's on your sheet. What? Perimeter of the base. What formula did I just give you to write on your sheet for P?
Equals pi 2
Pi d.
or 2 pi r.
Or 2 pi r. So pi d, right now, we have to know what d is. What did they tell us in this problem? A radius or a diameter?
Diameter.
On number 3?
What?
They gave us, what did they give us?
Radius.
They gave us the radius, okay? So if my radius is 2, then what's my diameter? If my radius is 2, what's my diameter?
4.
Do we have to
4.
turn this in on Canvas?
No, I'll just check it.
Hooray!
Okay, so this is pi times 4, right? So P is 4 pi. Okay. H is the distance between your bases. It's the height of the figure. So what is your H in this problem? That's the 10. Okay, now hear me on this because this gets done wrong a lot. If it is 4 times pi times 10, you want to multiply everything that is not pi. So you want to plug into your calculator or do in your head 4 times 10, right? 4 times 10 is 40, and then you attach your pi. So your lateral area is 40 pi meters squared. Okay. Your surface area is your lateral area plus 2 times the base.
That's right.
Okay. So this is going to be your 40 pi is your LA plus 2. And then we have to figure out what B is. What formula did I give you when your circle B is what you're looking for?
The whole homework wrong.
Yeah,
Because I forgot to times it by the height afterwards.
Oh, gotcha.
that's funny.
But see, I couldn't see that because you didn't show me your work, so I didn't
did.
know.
This homework?
Oh, you did? Oh, good. I haven't checked it yet.
Yeah, I
Good.
actually showed my work.
So what is B? Pi, what's the formula? You wrote it on your sheet.
Pi r
D.
squared.
Pi r squared. When you're looking for B, gentlemen, you're looking for pi r squared. What is r right now? What is r in this problem?
2.
2. So you're going pi times 2 squared, which is 4 pi. I really picked terrible numbers. P and B keep coming out the same. Not on the next one though, so that's okay. So this is 40 pi plus what?
2.
Not 2.
Oh, wait, what was it?
What can you simplify this to?
8.
8 pi. So 40 pi plus 8 pi is 48 pi square meters. Okay. Okay, so then the last one, same type of problem. LA equals PH, leave some room, SA equals LA plus
Well, this is actually kind of easy.
2B, okay?
I always forget how to do it.
What is
my only
P?
problem is, like, I forget the whole formula.
But they're all going to be sitting in front of
Lucky
you.
I have this though.
Right.
Yeah, I have this thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, what is P?
Wait, can you go back up just to see the answers?
Not 10,
Oh, Drew, why'd you crumple up my paper?
not 5. 10 is not wrong completely.
10.
10 pi, right? Okay, so P is
This was the last
pi times diameter, right? So in this problem, it's pi. What is your diameter?
What's wrong with you, Drew?
10. The diameter is 10, right? If your radius is 5, your diameter goes all the way, so double it, okay? So your P right now is 10 pi. Pi times the diameter. What is H? H is the height, the distance between the circles, so that's the 11. So you're going to multiply that. What don't you multiply? Don't multiply the pi, okay? Do not plug pi in. Never on this quiz should you touch the pi button on your calculator. I don't want you to plug it in. I want you just to drop it into the answer. Well, don't.
Wait, I'm confused. What did you do with the P?
This is P. Pi, right? Pi times diameter. So if my radius is 5, then my diameter is 5 and 5 or 10, right? Double it. So pi d, 10 pi is your perimeter. Okay, so then you go 10 times 11 is 110, and then attach your pi,
Oh, I did it right this time. I just did it wrong last time.
meters squared. Good.
Hooray.
Okay, so your lateral area is 110 pi. You just drop that in from up here. Plus 2, and then we need to know what b is. Remember, b is pi r squared. That's the area of the base when it's a circle, pi r squared. What is r? Right, r squared, 5 squared, should be 25. So pi times the radius squared is 25 pi. So you drop that in right here. What's 2 times 25 pi? 50 pi. Don't forget the pi. So 110 pi plus 50 pi is what?
160 pi.
160 times pi
Meters squared.
meters squared. Questions on that? Okay, I kind of want to give you a sample problem for you to try on your own, just to see how it goes.
It's Jimbo Daisuke.
Guys sound like kittens.
Your dad's EDP.
Your dad's Big Land Chugs.
That's BB
What's your
cheese.
dad look like, Horace?
He looks like me.
He doesn't act like him. It's actually weird.
Really?
I feel like all the guys in Force's family own.
Okay, here's what I want you to do
Very, like,
before we take this quiz.
precise description
Is
of
that a
what I
three? I
think
can't
Drew
do
is
that.
That's a
for.
3.
And then that is 7.
This
They're
cylinder,
like redneck bikers. That's
excuse me, this cylinder has a radius of 3, and this right here is 7. Find the lateral area and find the surface area. It's
Okay.
exactly what you're gonna have to do on the homework.
Why redneck biker homework?
Cause you look like a redneck biker, Drew. Like I just imagine your whole family lives in a park.
No,
Does your mom have a lot of tattoos?
no, they don't. They hate tattoos.
Oh.
Oh, that's a lot.
No, they go to
That's
church
weird.
every single Sunday and they hate tattoos and all that stuff. Yeah.
Wait, I can't see the height.
My
Seven.
family.
7
Because they don't think I have a
centimeters.
biker family. I'm like,
Stop it,
What do you
messing
want
me
to do
up.
this problem?
no. Good little man.
Lateral area and surface area. So just like those last 2 problems.
You're a little boy little Drew.
You're a little boy for us.
This math is easy.
Shoot,
Just
I forgot to